Okay, hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls 3. We're just going to do a bit of side stuff here before we move on with Anor Londo. This is just going to include some covenants and a few character quests, and then we'll move on with finishing Anor Londo in Irithyll dungeon and whatever comes after that. So this is Horik. And just to clarify, these aren't spoilers for my current playthrough, this is just stuff that I've already missed and would prefer to get done.
Well, what's up? This pit is for hollows, not for the likes of you sane folk. Or perhaps you are a hollow, posing as otherwise? Oh, yes, then we are just fine. It's important to know who you are, but we'll all be mad soon enough. And should you be undead, well, all the more so. Beware, the shackles of the gods are fragile. You might need this. Etch it on your heart if you feel your sanity slipping. Come here to pile up your victims, for that will form your anchor. You'll see when you go mad. They'll be your family. You'll go mad one day, but not today. Take my advice. Use this bone and leave this place. This pit is for hollows, and for the occasional madman fond of piling up victims. You've better things to do, I'd hope. This pit is for hollow.
And this episode is going to be post-commentary too, so that's how I already know about Irithyll Dungeon and the Covenant stuff and the questline stuff. So we're going to just go ahead and read what Horik gave us, which is... I forget what it's called, but it's the Covenant item. It's the Mound Makers. Okay, so a malformed vertebrae found by the mad, with a queer symbol on its inside, proof of the shackles of the gods, equipped to pledge oneself to Mound Makers' Covenant. The Mound Makers wish only to mold their mounds, becoming mad spirits, whether summoned as cooperators or invaders. They are blithe to those around them, for in their minds any kill might lead to another shackle. So getting to Horik after you kill the cursed rotted Greatwood boss is actually impossible, because he dies. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this now. Next we have Siegward and Patches. And, oh man, is this questline broken as all hell. Okay, so if you don't talk to Siegward after opening the front doors to the Cathedral of the Deep at the well here, or if you go up in the rafters near Rosaria, Patches will not spawn at all in the Cathedral.
I'm in quite a pickle indeed. Maybe I've got...
So I'm just going to cut to where you can find Patches in the Cathedral if you do this all properly without bugging it out. And yeah, we can see what happens when you kind of do it wrong, how I did it, and then we'll go find Patches after that, because there is a way to get Patches even if you miss doing all this stuff. And that's why it's really buggy, and that's why it really annoys me when a questline is like this, because it's so incredibly easy to miss if you don't follow a set rule of circumstances. What you have to do is you have to go through the Cathedral of the Deep, open the front door shortcut, reload the area from the Cleansing Chapel bonfire, talk to Siegward in the well, so that triggers Patches, reload the area again, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you can just reload it once and Patches and Siegward will both be there. I think that's the case. I think you only have to reload the area one time, but still, you have to reload the area after going to the front door shortcut and opening it, otherwise Patches will not spawn at all. And then, on top of that, if you don't do those things in that order, and you go on top of the rafters above the Cathedral near Rosaria before reloading the area once you open the front door, Patches will not spawn at all in the Cathedral. So this is where you'll be able to find Patches. You go through the front door shortcut that you previously opened, and then you go down to the right. Go down this small staircase, and he should be standing right through this doorway in Siegward's Onion Knight armor. And he is nowhere to be seen, because I have already gone up in the rafters beforehand to see Rosaria. This triggers him not to spawn at all in the Cathedral. There is no way around this. I have no idea why going up in the rafters I mean, it could be because he lowers you down to the floor and you need to take the rafters to get back up to this location. But that is such a stupid way of doing this. Like, oh my god. It's ridiculous. So, we're gonna go get Patches because if you miss him here, he will just show up at Firelink Shrine and he will apologize to you for doing what he did. Usually if you were to find him here, he would lower this bridge I'm standing on right now down to the giant below. And then he would apologize to you at Firelink Shrine or when you find him again here. But he never spawned, so that occurrence never takes place. And therefore, you find him at Firelink Shrine apologizing to you, and he never did anything to us in the first place. So it's just buggy as hell, to be honest. So from the bonfire in Firelink Shrine, looking back towards the stairs and the entrance, you want to run up not the way that I'm going right now. He's not up on this side, he's up on the opposite side to this. Patches can be found there, just literally standing around. And there should have been 2 triggers for Patches before this, before you even get to the Cathedral, really. There should have been one where he locks you in the tower behind Firelink Shrine. That never happened to me. And then there should be the Cathedral incident. And neither of those ever happened, so he will just show up here.
Ah, okay, you're alive. Now, hold your horses. Let's have a nice talk about this. I'll come clean. I did you wrong. I didn't mean it, though. Not one bit. You get these urges, running the business and all, and I hate myself for it. I do. You know what I mean. Terrible, really. But I can see you'll forgive me. You're alive, after all. And that's what counts, right? Oh, fantastic. A wily second chance. I knew you'd understand. I just knew it. The heart of a lion. A model for the rest of us. A true friend. Forever. I see you've met Rat. The slinking rodent. But he did me a good turn back in Lothric Dungeon. Doubtless I should do something about that little dead. Well, maybe not. Well, I can hardly believe he's still standing. Doubtless I will.
And as you can see, you can buy Siegward's armor from him in this location to give it back to him in the well so he can get out, and we can continue his storyline, which we already have done in one of the latest episodes in Irithyll. So yeah, as you can see, this questline is just buggy as all hell if you don't follow the requirements for it exactly to the letter. So yeah, you can also get the horse hoof ring from him here as well, which is quite good for just kicking people if you want to do that. And as you saw with his dialogue, it's just totally bugged out because he thinks, or the game thinks, that he has already completed his objective flags within the game for messing with the player, but it never happened at all. He just showed up here after a certain point. So yeah, we're gonna go give this stuff to Siegward so he can get out of the well. And also from that point forward, Patches becomes a merchant at Firelink Shrine. So he's always going to be there from now on. Oh. So yeah, giving this armor set back to Siegward frees him from the well somehow.
I'm in quite a pickle indeed. Maybe I can fashion a replacement from I've got to use my head and think. Oh, my armor. My deepest gratitude. I, Siegward of Katarina, salute you. With my trusty suit of armor, I'll be out of here in a jiffy. Until we meet again, comrade.
You'd think climbing out of a well with armor on would be more difficult than climbing out of a well with no armor on.
No need to worry about me. With my trusty suit of armor. Until we meet.
So yeah, giving him the armor nets you the continuation of his storyline. It gets you Patches as a merchant, And then on top of that, for all your troubles, it gets you the gesture for Rejoice. So next we're going to be doing something that annoyed me a lot on my first playthrough, YOEL of Londor and Anri of Astora.
Oh, our champion of Ash, welcome home. This pilgrim, with a debt in death, hardly deserves to behold this divine flame. And I never would have, had you not taken me into your service. I thank you dearly for this, and assure you of my leal service. Then shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign, let your true strength shine.
So, most people have been considering this quest line in the game the most convoluted of any and all quest lines, not only in Dark Souls 3, but also in the Dark Souls series. And I'll explain why this is in a moment when we talk to YOEL a bit more, but right now YOEL is just a merchant that sells sorceries. That's really all we know about him, and he lets you do something called drawing out true strength.
As I have said, alas, but I weep that though. But I weep that though. Be safe.
So he doesn't have any more dialogue right now, but he will pretty soon. And what you need to do to draw out more true strength is kill yourself 2 times for every hollowing level, or so it seems, or with every 2 times you die, you get another free level up from YOEL, which increases your hollowing. And the easiest way to do this, and the fastest way, is just to either run outside Firelink Shrine and jump off the cliff, or run up in the stairs of Firelink Shrine and jump off. And just as an example here, if you go back to YOEL with only 1 death under your belt, he won't level you up again.
Oh, I would do any. Be safe.
As you can see. So yeah, killing yourself twice, or dying twice, and then coming back to YOEL will net you another free level up and more hollowing. The convoluted part comes in when this is never explained. This is never explained to the player at any point. You don't even realize you're really hollowing until you look in your player stats and you see that you have a hollowing stat as well. And for some reason it's just going up, and you don't really know why this is until you realize that it's because of YOEL. And if you miss this, you essentially miss out on 2 other character quest lines.
Oh, then shall we begin? Bearer.
So as you can see, I've died twice. I can draw out more true strength. And what happens is you need to do this 5 times. You need to do this 5 times, and then YOEL will finally pass away, and this new NPC character will turn up in his stead. And this will continue his quest line and activate a new one as well. And how anybody is meant to know about this on their first playthrough without a guidebook is beyond me. So after each time you level up with YOEL, you get something called a Dark Sigil, and you need 5 of these to get Uria of Londor to spawn. And then on top of this, even if you get 5, there is a way to heal the Dark Sigil with the Firekeeper in Firelink Shrine, and if you do heal the Dark Sigil, then Uria will never show up at all, just like Patch is never showing up in the Cathedral of the Deep, except with Uria, hers will be for the entirety of the game until New Game Plus. And then on top of this, if you enter the Catacombs of Karthus or even step foot in that area and activate the title name of the area, then YOEL of Londor will just straight up die without any warning being given, and if you don't have 5 Dark Sigils by that point, Uria of Londor will not spawn at all no matter what you do in the game. And you will also miss out on part of Anri of Astora's questline, which then in turn locks you out of a secret ending for the game that is only accessible through this convoluted ass questline. And I have no idea what this secret ending is, I don't know what it entails, but it's just the reason that I'm doing this video, because I want to get it for this playthrough, because I really don't have a lot of time to record these days, and I want to get the most out of this first playthrough as I can. So basically YOEL's questline goes like this. You get him from the Undead Settlement, and then you need to draw out strength 5 times from him and get 5 Dark Sigils, and then once you enter the Catacombs of Karthus or draw out strength 5 times, he will die, thus activating Uria of Londor's questline, and then you need to do Anri of Astora's questline up to a certain point without telling her about Horus and how he died, And then once you reach Irithyll, you need to not kill a pilgrim in the corner of the room. And then Uriah of Londor will allow you to commit to something called the wedding ceremony, and she will then allow you to have access to the secret ending of the game. And of course, because I knew nothing about this in my first playthrough, which is to be expected, I know that you will miss out on that secret ending and 2 quest lines pretty much, and a pretty cool cinematic within the game. So yeah, I really didn't want to miss out on that on my first playthrough, because like I said, I'm going back to another series, well, another 2 series after I finish this game, so I won't be going back to play through this game again for quite some time, and I want to get the most out of this as I can. So I'm just going to skip here to when we get to the final Dark Sigil, and then we'll go to the Tomb of the Dark Moon to commence the wedding ceremony.
Oh, I would do... Then shall we begin? Bear. You have attained ample strength. All will soon be clear, my good lord. Oh. Be safe.
And now Uriah of Londor will appear in Firelink Shrine once YOEL dies.
Prithee, art thou good YOEL's master? I am Uriah of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, YOEL's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead. Another matter. That a lord art thou not? Bearer of the Dark Sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine.
So now we have access to Uriah of Londor, all of YOEL's spells that he was selling before, and Anri's questline, the ending, and all this other stuff that Uriah gives us, and all this other stuff that branches off from this questline being activated now.
That a lord art thou not? Bearer of the dark, for the time thou and I, of course, till we meet again.
So yeah, that is all she has to say for now, but once you reach Anri of Astora and activate Anri's questline, she will have more dialogue, so we'll skip to that. So this is the dialogue you receive after activating Anri.
Speak thy dishonorable, our lord and liege. Knowest thou of a maid named Anri? She is hollow, and will join thee in wedlock. A fellow of mine guides her at this moment. When the time is ripe, thou mayst make thy salutations. For what lord taketh no spouse? Till we meet again. Speak thy desire, honorable. Greetings, our lord and liege. Good tidings. Thy spouse is ready. The time is ripe to greet her. The girl awaits thee in the hidden dark moon chamber of Anor Londo. So thou mayst a true monarch become. Greet, good time, the girl, so thou, till we meet again.
Way to spoil Anor Londo, Uriah. Like, seriously, you can get to this part and get this dialogue without ever reaching Anor Londo, and then she just fucking tells you Anor Londo's in the game when it's meant to be like this big reveal. Man. Some of this questline dialogue and these questline requirements just are not well thought out at all. So now it is time to head to the wedding chamber in the Tomb of the Dark Moon. So I'm just going to fast forward to like how you get there, just so you can see if you don't know. Usually there is a statue that guards the entrance to the Darkmoon Tomb, but if you just give that statue a whack, then it will open. And by this point in the game, if that statue is still there, you probably have not met the requirements correctly. If the statue is gone, then it means Anri is waiting for you down in the Darkmoon Tomb. The statue should disappear upon completing this quest line, and if it hasn't, it means that you have not completed it properly. So after you get past all these Silver Knights, you'll find the Darkmoon Tomb, and you'll also find the pilgrim that you didn't kill in the Church of Yorshka bonfire waiting for you down in the tomb. It gives you the key to the wedding ceremony, and from here on out, it's pretty much all up to you. And this activates a pretty cool cinematic. So yeah, we're going to get along to that, and this completion of the questline will then allow you to attain the secret ending of the game. I'm not going to spoil what that is, I don't know it myself, so I can't anyway, but yeah, you will get that secret ending from completing this questline you're about to see.
Welcome, our gracious lord. Your spouse awaits you. You are very near. Please, take the sword of avowal. May you be the truest lord of Londor yet. Your spouse awaits you. You are very near. May you be.
Okay, so she gives us the key to the wedding ceremony, and we're about to use this. So I wanted to have a look and see what it was, and unfortunately it's not a weapon, even though it looks like one. It's just a key item, which completely makes sense. But it would have been cool if it would have been a weapon and you could just like say fuck it to the whole wedding ceremony and just take it and use it on things. And yeah, so let's read it quickly. It is said that a rite of wedlock will presage a true Hollow Lord. Your spouse's name is Anri, who patiently awaits a rightful lord deep within the mausoleum. So yeah, we are within the Darkmoon Tomb, which was Gwendolyn's boss room from Dark Souls 1. And as you can see here, you get the brass set, also from Dark Souls 1, that the Firekeeper of Anor Londo wore. And we are now approaching the ending of Anri's most important questline. Anri has two questlines if you don't know. I'll probably put the other one after it in this video as well, just so you can see it. But we now have to commit ourselves to this wedding ceremony. So yeah, as you can see, you get the final 3 dark sigils needed for the ending of the game, and we have stabbed Anri right in the face with the Sword of Avowal, and we have been linked to her as her spouse. This then allows us to become the rightful Lord of Hollows. Now there is also a ring over there to the left of me, facing this way, that is called the Ring of Reversal, or the Reverse Ring, and this allows you to take, I believe it's the opposite appearance of the gender of your character in the game. And it's a bit of a weird one, but it goes with the Gwendolyn lore, and you'll also find the chameleon spell on the corpse of this pilgrim. If you would have killed this pilgrim earlier, you would have gotten this spell anyway, so the end of this questline just gives it to you. And that is all for this portion of Anri's questline. Yuria will then have this to say about you becoming the next Lord of Hollows.
Ah, our lord and liege. I presume thy holy vows are sworn? Wonderful. Now thou art the true and deserving Lord of Hollows. With the spouse, the strength to claim the fire is thine. Thy lordship, I prithee wrest the fire from its mantle. I, Uria, and all Londor embrace thy impending lordship. Our lord and liege, I prithee, play the usurper. When the moment cometh to link the fire, rest the age of fire was founded by the old gods, sustained by the linking of the fire. But the gods are no more, and the all-powerful fire deserveth a new heir. Our Lord of Hollows, it shall be, who weareth the true face of mankind.
So yeah, that is it until the ending of the game for Uria as well. After the ending of the game, I'm pretty sure you can come back and collect whatever else Uria has for you. I'm not sure.
Oh, then we're both safe and sound. Thank the gods for that. I don't like getting things so close. I might have died if it wasn't for that peculiar onion knight. But in the end, it all paid off. Take a good look. They're sure to be of some use.
So yeah, as you can see, another thing that also happened through the playthrough was that we sent Grirat to pillage in Anor Londo, or rather Irithyll. And if you don't save Siegward from the well by that point, then Grirat will die, and he will never come back to Firelink Shrine, and you can find his ashes a bit later on in Irithyll. And fortunately for us, Siegward was able to save Grirat in this playthrough. So yeah, that is quite fortuitous, because he comes back with a lot of good, cool stuff, including like the Moonlight Arrows and Twinkling Titanite and Titanite Scales, along with Divine Blessings and Hidden Blessings. So yeah, that is it for the main quest line of Anri of Astora, and that is how you get the secret ending to Dark Souls 3. I will show her other quest line in one of the next parts of my main playthrough, and I'm at Anor Londo right now, so that'll work quite well with Anri's secondary quest line, since it is to do with the boss of Anor Londo. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.